Okay, thank you. Well, I will present Benta, and especially we will talk about the crisis, how we approach this crisis, what we have done, and how we have benefited from this crisis. And because as you know, medication is a long term, it's not just a short term. And as he said, if we want to invest something that is good for our countries and stable in our countries, such as medication or food at the same time. Benta is a family business that has been started in 1968, in fact, and it was called Benta Group as the future of the vision of the one who established the group, which is George Tannouri at that time. He had a vision to have a diversification regarding the medical field, and he started with distribution, and then he started with marketing and distribution in 1989 with Benta Trading. He added orthopedic part, which is the Meditech one, and then Hemopac, where we have stenting and things like that regarding the heart. So it was centers that we used to do stenting in the hospitals. Then we established BPI. As you know, when we speak about in email, we say the principal, which is the one who manufactured the product. So we went to manufacturing the product to be a principal, in fact, in this field of pharmaceutical. And we established a factory at Baye, and we call it Benta Pharma Industries in 2006. In 2007, it's Cardiopac, also that has been put. Also, it's about dialysis and heart disease. Then we acquired Mylan, in-licensing of Mylan International regarding a lot of injectable for cancer and for other hospital products. A turnkey project, which is Wadi Nil Benta, is a manufacturing facility that we have built in Egypt for the Egyptian, and we had some part of it, a small part of it as Benta, but it was a turnkey project for the government of Egypt. In 2010, Bentamed, which has instruments, the instrument of medication, that used in the hospital, especially gastro one. And then, for the first time in the Middle East, a blood derivative company such as CSL Behring, we will have a contract with them to pack their products in Lebanon and to be distributed. We had a contract also in 2012 with Sanofi to pack their products here in Lebanon. However, that within 2 years we have a full tech transfer and therefore produce their products from A to Z. Benta Vision also is another department that we have created where we have intraocular lenses, and at the same time we have eye drops to be sold in the pharmacies, all type of eye drops. OTC and medication at the same time. We have also an ecology part, which is the power tech, which is also it's solar power that we have acquired from the state and worked with. And the manufacturing facility all is covered by this type of thing, and we get some energy, but we consume a lot of energy. So the whole energy that we have put, all the panels that we have put on the plant is not sufficient, and therefore we work on Sanofi in 2016, full-fledged production for them from API, active ingredient, I mean. InCellDX is a laboratory issues department that works on the RNA to find RNA and find the disease and the progression of the disease, especially the cancer. So we can be proactive sometimes in the cancer that we will have after few years, maybe a cancer regarding that. So it's another department. And then we acquired in 2020 a manufacturing facility in Lyon, in France, the biggest manufacturing facility in France, in fact, from the size or the output that we can produce in France. So it was another step to have two poles of manufacturing and therefore to be able to satisfy and register the products in many countries that might not accept a Lebanese product or have difficulties to penetrate with Lebanese product directly. So we will do it through Benta Lyon at that time, and we will increase our facility to enter also to Europe in the future. So we will be also going to Europe later. Buying facility. Okay. Regarding the pharmaceutical, we will focus now on the pharmaceutical part because it's the biggest part in the in Benta as a group. We have the cardiology part, which is the chronic disease, diabetes, the antibiotic, anti-infective, or I would say anti-infective, antibiotic, antiviral, and antifungus. Light lowering agent, we have some products to reduce weight. Oncology, which is the most difficult, and we have a special building for oncology because we cannot produce the oncology in the same building by law, by international law. So we have to be separated buildings. Blood derivatives, as we have said, we are the only company in the Middle East that produce such products. Central nervous system, hemophilia, immunosuppressant, immunostimulant, and other all type of products. We have around so the number of products registered, I mean registered because in the pharmaceutical it takes 2 to 3 years to register a product at least because you have to produce all type of documentation because of the safety of the product to the population. So we had 249 in 2019, and now we reached 315. It was intentionally that we have dropped a lot of product in the Lebanese market. When this crisis started, we took a decision. We had either to pull out of the market because our prices is limited by the MOH on the Lebanese lira, and our cost was growing up of the API and things like that coming from abroad, and even the carton and everything. However, we took the decision that we will lose money. We know that we will lose money, but we are going to get the market share, especially when the government took the decision to subsidize the imported product. Subsidizing the imported product, we said, okay, therefore there will be no products in Lebanon directly, we said. Because when you subsidize something in Lebanon, the price of this product, of this medication, will be so low that it will be smuggled immediately. It's normal. It's happened everywhere, and nobody can deny it, and it happens. So we said there will be no products, so we have to increase our product and capacity to fulfill this market, and that's what we did. We will lose 1 or 2 years, but then we will catch up because it will not stay this way, the pricing. It will change. So it's an opportunity that we have to gain. So we launched the product, more product as we can, and even yesterday there was a launching of 1 product for the cardiovascular. So as SKUs in fact, if you can see, it was 2.8 million SKUs that we produced, and in 2021, we produced 4.2 SKUs, and these are sold SKUs. It's just sold to the patients, okay? And this year we expect not to increase too much regarding the SKUs. However, when we look at the sales value, this is Lebanese pound, that's why it's very nice graph for the Lebanese pound, but when you transmit it to dollars, what you will see that the sales in dollars drops around 80%, and now it's coming up, it's recovering because of the increase in unit sales and the changes that started to see on the prices of the medication in Lebanon, produced in Lebanon. It's just part of it's corrected, but it's not corrected yet. And we will have a lot to go as soon as they take all subsidies out. It will be a second opportunity for us even to grow and to make money more. At the same time, we are going to use our manufacturing facility in Lyon to penetrate and be able to go to other markets and to export. And we have also imported, when there was a problem in Panadol, for example, in Lebanon, okay, there was no paracetamol in Lebanon. We produced around 1 million pack in Lyon and get it back to Lebanon so that we can produce for the market. So we were able to play in order to have the quantities. So we had a real success story with this. Benta also, in order to be able, as pharmaceutical, you need a lot of certification to do. So you need the GMP, you need the ISO, you need all these ones, and you audit for every country that you want to go. They will come and audit the plant as part of its registration. We are now in France. We are in Lebanon as a manufacturing facility. We have 2 subsidiaries that we are working with. For sure, not all the products are there in the subsidiaries, some cosmetics, some others. And we are, as distributors, we have linked with some distributors in Africa and other areas, and even in India, because India, as you know, represents around 80% of the production of the API worldwide. However, we say 80%, therefore India is the #1 in pharmaceutical. In fact, if China stopped the chemicals to India, India will not be able to produce more than 15% of the chemicals, because China is producing the chemicals until 1 step or 2 steps before the API for the product, sell it to India, and India sell it to Europe and to the States and to us. So it is just a success story that I would like to share with you, and we are going forward. We are strong and will be stronger. And thank you for all.